It is Tuesday, the 6th of July 2021, and this is just a quick video reminding everyone of the mass meditation event that I'm putting together for 777 tomorrow, the 7th of July at 7 p.m. UK time, London, British summertime, whatever time zone that corresponds to in whichever part of the world people might be watching from. Before I get into further details of that, I think it's worth reflecting a little bit on the possible outcome of the last mass meditation that I curated for the 6th of June, 666, reclaiming that number from the dark occultists and the Satanists and putting it to use for the light, for good, for right action. We could think about some of the things that have occurred since that event. And as far as the UK is concerned, they include the resignation of the loathsome, odious Matt Hancock, the announcement that on the 19th of July, most ridiculous COVID restrictions are going to be lifted. And yes, I know we've been here before. I know we were promised this on so-called Freedom Day on the 21st of June, and they reneged on it, being the lying criminals that they are. But we have to stay focused on the 19th of July actually involving the scrapping of face masks in most public places, the lifting on numbers that can gather together in one place, the opening of nightclubs and all this stuff. A little bit more on that shortly. But we can also think about another event which is in the offing for the 19th of July, and I hope to be doing more on this on a show in the very near future. And this is that a militia of UK police constables is being put together to take some very firm and direct action outside Parliament on the 19th of July. And there's a big Occupy sit-in event planned for the 19th all the way through to the 21st of July. Much more on that to come. But is it worth reflecting that our mass meditation event with hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, all coming together to pool their positive intent and will towards truth, freedom, justice, love, may have had a bearing on these events. Am I claiming that it was directly responsible for these things? Not claiming that. But it can't have done any harm. It clearly did more good than harm. And the world is in a slightly better position in terms of our manifested realities than if this meditation never took place. So there's a lot of value in doing this again tomorrow, and I hope as many people as possible watching this will want to be a part of things for 7-7 and seeing what we can achieve by putting together our thoughts and our consciousness towards our mutual desired outcomes. I've got a few extracts from the mailbag which were very timely because all of these arrived in my email inbox just this morning in time for me to include in this video. So I'll read a few of these out because they really do correspond with the message I'm trying to put forward here. So the first one states, I just thought I'd share some feedback I learnt tonight of how truth seekers really don't show gratitude when the universe gives them something to be grateful and happy about. Regarding the announcement of dropping face nappies on the 19th, I think the manifestation of reclaiming our freedom takes a step back when people don't show that they're happy over any proposed lifting of restrictions. I realise we've been lied to over and over and had our hopes dashed far too many times, but keeping a positive mindset, I feel, will bring about change faster. I did a post on LinkedIn earlier celebrating the announcement, and the majority of comments from people on the side of truth are doom-laden, with comments along the lines of, oh well, it's just not going to happen, which to a degree I get, but there's no gratitude in this approach. We need to show the universe more gratitude and joy for any small wins we achieve, as this way we'll get more of them. By reacting with a negative response to a positive, it cancels it out, and energetically is a huge mistake because it slows the process of manifestation down. The point I'm making is that many truth seekers have become so addicted to the fear narrative of what might happen and are just not living in the now and don't realise that they're in fear of what might happen just as much as any normie might be of the virus. Some very great points made there by this individual. We do need to express gratitude and appreciation when things work out in our favour, and when we get a positive manifestation of things that we have focused our thoughts and our consciousness on, when we get those results back, we need to show that we're grateful for them and not just carry on moaning about all the things that haven't happened yet. That's the way this dynamic works. What we focus on, what we express gratitude for, we get more of. I'm understanding more and more each day that that's a very real dynamic in the universe in terms of the way things work. Another message worth reading out. This person states, "The power of thought is incredible. After all, thought is what we all are, so through thought we can create the world we want." If anyone would be inclined to disagree with that, I would ask them to consider how the beings who enslaved us for eons managed to bring this system into existence. The difference is that humans exist at a much higher frequency, and we hold the power to change things very quickly, unlike our controllers, who exist on a much lower and slower frequency and have had to constantly work at suppressing our divine spark in an effort to stop us from wielding our much greater power. The light is already shining, but the majority don't see it because they're lamenting the loss of their past, or they're in a state of fear over the future and are not living life in the present. We could stop all this now if we focused on the present moment, and we would realize that the future we wish for ourselves is already happening. We just need to bring it into our field of conscious perception through meditation and intent. Some more very wise words there, very synchronistic. And this last email that I'll read out speaks to a comment that I made on a previous video about how difficult I find it to focus my mind on meditation and just stilling my thoughts and getting rid of all that chatter in my head. It is an acquired skill, and I'm a work in progress on that front. But this individual states, "The nature of the untrained mind is that it produces thoughts, feelings and emotions in the same way a widget factory produces widgets. As one of my teachers put it, we are the offspring of thousands of generations of highly distractible people. Surviving in the jungle was not generally about deep states of calm. The point is, you are not failing to meditate when you notice that the mind is busy or the body is painful. You are simply noticing the nature of human embodiment in this realm. As another teacher put it, if you are noticing and judging the mind to be busy, that means there's another part of the mind that's not so busy and is forming judgments regarding the busy part. Try to identify with that less busy part." And I feel that's a pretty good note to leave things on. I hope as many people as possible will join in with this 7/7 meditation. Doesn't matter if you can't make it for 7 p.m. UK time, whatever that corresponds to, wherever you may be in the world. Just be a part of things on that date if you can. It doesn't matter how long you meditate for. It could be a couple of minutes. It could be a couple of hours. I don't want to do this in any kind of guided way. I don't want to provide any commentary or narrative on it. It's up to each individual to apply their own thoughts and consciousness in whatever way they find the most effective. What we're all wishing to bring about, of course, is truth, freedom, justice, love, and the mechanisms of natural law to bring us in alignment with all of those things. And of course, in a world where truth, freedom, justice and love has been restored, not that it ever really went away, then evil, lies, deception, genocide, these kind of things cannot prosper and thrive because they don't correspond vibrationally with that state of manifested reality. So hope everyone has a great 7/7 experience. Please do keep in touch with any feedback you have from the date, and let's make this happen for ourselves. Maybe this is the trick we've all been missing. Maybe this really is the most effective way at our disposal of bringing about the kind of future we want for ourselves. Maybe this is the way it gets done. So let's do the job. See you soon.